Okay, okay. So I have to cut this PVC pipe in half, and I tried doing it with a hacksaw, but I just don't have the strength or muscle for it. Or do I have a vise? So I ended up getting a blade wheel for my Dremel. This is supposed to cut through metal, so I dabbled with it a little bit. So I'm just gonna go outside where it's nice and ventilated, and then just cut the rest of it in half from here and then over here as well. And that'll be my next step for the stilts. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm back at it to finish the second stilt. If there's anything I've learned from working on this first one, it's that the video that I saw, he basically put all these together and build it upwards, like this, and then put this together. My problem with that is that, like, okay, so I could screw this in just fine while holding the bolt on this side. The issue is when I try to do it here. Because it's such an awkward angle, what I would have done is bolt these T-plates on with the shelvings first. Then put these attached to where the ankle pivots would be attached on the board afterwards to save a load of hassle, awkwardness, body achiness, sweating, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to continue on with what I've been stuck here. Also, what I've learned is that these bolts are a really tough, tight, snug fit in here. So you really got to push on hard with a screw or with the drill. Really press down there. Because last night I ended up like ruining the threads of these bolts. I've gone through so many bolts, but I got the hang of it now. So drill the machine bolts in here first, then drill it out to make it easier to bolt it on the T-plate first and afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do. After that, I'm going to work on the knee brace and cut the metal shelvings so it will be comfortable for me right below my knee. And then I had to see if I have any spare wood to put on the stilt to where the ball of my foot would be, so I don't end up like sliding off the board. Alright, I'm like, I don't know, 70%, 90% done with these stilts. I finally measured, I cut off the excessive shelving, bolted on the knee brace. From what I saw on the video, he screwed it in from the outside in, and now I had to like go back to Home Depot to get a bolt. I'm sorry, not a bolt, a nut to screw this in, a small enough one so I can tighten it onto the washer. And then after that, I use my Dremel to cut this off. And then I'll use the pipe insulation inside here for comfort and attach it with zip ties. And then I still had to put on the block of wood for the ball in my foot. These screws came a bit loose, maybe because like the pilot hole was like too big, question mark? So I added more wood glue and decide to lay this on its side, and I'll leave it like this throughout the night. Hopefully this Titan backs up, and I won't have to deal with it. Other than that, I might just have to like fill in the holes with wood glue, or I'll have to look up how to fill in a pilot hole and then screw these back in, because I am so close to finishing these stilts. So I'm done for today. Tomorrow I'm just, yeah, it's just another day to finish these stilts, and hopefully I'll finally look like the big guy up there. Good night.